What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Stoic Outdoors. If y'all are new to this channel, my name is Joaquin, your host. No, I'm gonna say hostess with the mostest. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Stoic Outdoors. If you guys are new to this channel, my name is Joaquin, your hostess with the mostest. And if you enjoy South Texas fishing and hunting videos, subscribe today. So yeah, that first part I made a bet with the wife that I would say it, and sure enough I did. Right, babe? Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna give you guys 5 fishing tips. These tips are primarily for down here in South Texas. Port Mansfield, South Padre Island, Arroyo City. If you guys fish those waters, that's usually where I fish. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube out there, so if you see me out in the water, say hi and we'll talk some fishing. So quick disclaimer, I'm not a professional. I learned a lot of these things from, you know, Captain Jacob, Captain Dan, Fern, Jeremy, and Hossa, a bunch of the buddies that I go out with. Freddie also, they know a lot of stuff, and that's who I learned from, so I'm not taking any credit. I'm gonna say and be honest with you guys, that's where I learned it from. But these tips, they've helped me along the way. I wanted to help out those that are just starting off and those people that, you know, don't really know much. And when I started off, I was always asking questions, and I felt like that guy, you know, the guy that's always asking questions. So that, I wanted to put this video out there just to help out those anglers that aren't afraid to ask the questions. You know, they can watch the video, they don't have to respond, and as long as it helps them out in any way, that'd be great. Also, I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Happy Holidays. As you can tell, the Christmas tree right behind me. Hope everyone has a safe holiday. Remember, stay safe out there, wash your hands, wear a mask, all that good stuff, and let's get through this crazy year together. That was pretty good, right? Alright, so the 5 tips I'm going to be giving you guys, it's going to start off from your fishing reel. Your fishing rod is going to be number 1. Your fishing reel is going to be number 2. Fishing line, number 3. Number 4 is going to be your fishing lures. And number 5 is going to be just have a resilient mindset, man. Just keep casting and keep throwing. Alright, so number 1, your fishing rod. A lot of people think you can go out and just buy whatever rod. I mean, you can use it like that, but it depends on what you're doing. If you're going to be throwing artificial lures, you're going to need one rod. If you're going to be throwing bait, you're going to need another rod. Reasoning behind that, if you have a medium light rod, which you use for artificial lures, the rod is going to have more of a flex, more of an action, so whenever you pop it, the lure is going to dance in the water a lot better than it would if you had a medium heavy rod. Medium heavy rods tend to be a little bit more stiff. They are primarily used for throwing cut mullet or cut bait, just because they can take all that extra weight of throwing with a weight on the bottom and the extra weight of throwing a big cut mullet or a big shad or something like that. So remember, it depends on what you're fishing for. That's going to depend on what rod you want to use. Medium light rods for artificial lures, and even top water lures, I would use a medium light to a regular medium. If you're going to be throwing bait, you want to be using a little bit of a heavier setup. It also ties in with your fishing reel. That's going to be number 2. Your fishing reel, if you're going to be throwing lures, you want something that's a little bit more lightweight. That way when you're casting out there, your arm isn't going to be as tired as it normally would be if you're throwing a 4,000 to a 5,000 to even a 6,000 or 7,000 reel. It's going to be heavier, the extra little bit of an ounce, a little 2 or 3 ounces if you're going to be weight fishing also. I usually throw 2,000 to 2,500 reels. They don't weigh that much at all, so you can be casting them all day and you won't have any issues with being tired from your shoulder or tired from your hand or anything like that. Stratic is what I use, but these have been going bad on me with the line roller bearing on the top. I fixed them already 2 or 3 times and they keep going bad on me. So lately I've been using a Piscifun Carbon X. I've had that reel for about 2 or 3 years and I haven't had any issues, and it's a good $79 reel. I know there's reels out there that cost a lot more, so you can go out and get one of those if that's what you want to use. But this is just what I like to throw. I know the Daewos, it makes some nice reels, Shimano obviously, so whatever you guys want to get. But the reel size has to do with what I'm throwing. So if I'm throwing bait for a gar or katan, I've used 2,000 reels before, not gonna lie, I have. But you want to use a little bit more of a higher capacity reel. I have a 4,000 and a 5,000 reel, and that 4,000 and 5,000 reel I'm not even using for lures, 2,500 or 2,000 size reel. So that's gonna be number 2. We got the fishing rod, number 1. Number 2 is your fishing reel. Number 3 is your fishing line. So a lot of people, you know, they use fin. Actually, I've never used fin, so I don't know what the name is, but I always use Power Pro Super Slick 10 pound braid. And there's been a lot of people messaging me saying, hey man, you're using 10-pound braid, you're not afraid that the line's gonna break or something like that. Actually, I've never had an issue of my line breaking because of the diameter or because of the pound test line on it. I've had the line break because of my operator error, because it went underneath the the boat and it cut off on the prop. But I like using 10 pound Power Pro, 12 pound, even 15 pound. Reasoning behind that, 10 pound Power Pro, you can actually cast the lure a lot further than you can if you're using 15 pound to 20 pound braid. So that extra casting distance is gonna play a role when you're wade fishing. If you're wade fishing out in Port Mansfield, South Padre Island, or Arroyo City, you wanna be able to cast a little bit further than someone would if they had a higher pound line. So if you see a redfish out there and you can't reach it, consider changing it out to something lighter, man. And you'll be able to get that extra casting distance, and hopefully you'll be able to reach that redfish or that trout. So fishing rod, number 1, fishing reel, number 2, fishing line, number 3. I'm curious of the lines that you guys use. Drop a comment down below, give me some feedback as in what line you guys like to throw. I switched over to spider wire before and I had some horrible issues with it. I kept getting bird's nest after bird's nest. I even have a clean break off, and I was even using Power Pro in the same wind condition, same type of rod and same type of reel, and I didn't have any issues. So Power Pro is what I like to use. Okay, so we got the fishing rod, fishing reel, fishing line is number 3. So number 4 is going to be the fishing lure. What I like to use is AM lures. Some people use gulps, some people use Kelly wigglers. That's cool. Whatever you guys want to use, that's fine. Just be familiar of what type of lure you have. If you have a paddle tail, if you have a curly tail, if you have a jerk shad. Paddle tails, normally I throw them out there, give them a straight retrieve. Every now and then give them a little bounce just so that it gives it a little more action. Curly tail, I want to pop it, let it sit so that the lure flutters down into the water. And jerk shads, it's more of a constant retrieve, pop, 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 pop. So I'm not saying to use AM lures. Some people use gulp, some people use RGB lures. That's cool, whatever you want to use. Just be familiar of what type of lure you have. That way you know exactly how to work it. Top water lures, that's another good one. Actually, I haven't used one in a while, but I used to use them all the time whenever it's low wind conditions, because if you're going to be casting that lure out there, you want to be able to twitch it and you want to be able to get a ruckus in the water. If it's high winds, you're not going to get that same reaction as you would if it was a low wind, because the redfish and trouts are not really going to be able to zone in on your lure out there. So top water lure, that's what you want to use. Try it out, man. I like to using the bombers from Walmart. They're like $2.50. Some people have the more expensive ones. That's cool and all, but that's what I like to throw. So number 1, fishing rod. 2, fishing line. 3, fishing reel. 4, your fishing lures. Just become familiar, like I said. Number 5, like I said, have a resilient mindset. I can't tell you how many times I've been out there for hours. I've walked for miles and miles and miles and I haven't caught anything, but I still keep casting because you never know, man. You could actually stop and want to turn around and that big 30-inch trout or that big 30-inch red sitting right there just because you didn't want to cast. So remember, have a resilient mindset. Keep casting. Be resilient on the water and off. Be stoic, if you will. Stoic Outdoors. That's the name of the channel. And yeah. So if you guys have any fishing tips, I just wanted to give you guys five of them real quick. And if you guys have any tips for those anglers that are out there, hey, drop a comment down below. Some people, you know, they want to give their tips, and that's great. So just drop a comment down below, and let's make this a learning environment for people that, you know, they're shy or they don't want to admit to themselves, or they don't want to go out there and ask people questions. Hey, they can come over to YouTube, they can watch this video, they can look in the comment sections, and they can get some advice from people without actually having to, you know, interact in public. Like I said earlier, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope everyone has safe holidays, and my heart and my prayers go out to people that have lost some loved ones this year. It's been a crazy year. I know I've had a bunch of friends that lost, you know, family members or friends. So praying for you guys. Hope everyone stays safe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm gonna be doing more giveaways here pretty soon. The goal of the year is to hit 4,250 is the goal. The goal of the year is to hit 4,250. I'm like 10 away. That'd be crazy. We can get it by the end of the year, and then we're gonna keep rolling to 4,500, and then eventually to 5,000. Gonna be doing a giveaway once I reach that goal. Shout out to Mr. Isaiah Reyna for winning the last giveaway. Thanks, man, for commenting. The last giveaway was pretty simple, just to comment below why do you love to fish, and his comment got over 75 to 80 likes. That's crazy. So congratulations to him. Be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.